Day 7 of the Paul Manafort fraud trial continues in Alexandria, Virginia, where earlier today, Rick Gates wrapped up his testimony against his former boss. The prosecution's star witness faced a blistering cross-examination by Manafort's lawyers, calling him a liar and getting him to admit to cheating on his wife and stealing from Manafort. Gates is cooperating with special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation in exchange for a plea deal. And Paula Reed has been following this case and is outside the courtroom in Alexandria, Virginia. Paula, good to see you.
Good to see you, too. It's been wild here, DeMarco, let me tell you.
All right, I bet it has been wild. We've been watching there. Gates took a beating yesterday. What can you tell us about today's cross-examination?
That's right. Let's revisit what happened yesterday. Yesterday was a heated cross-examination once Manafort's defense attorneys got their chance to ask him some questions after prosecutors had questioned for about a day or two. Now, under questioning, he was asked to revisit half a dozen crimes that he had already admitted to. He was also asked to revisit the fact that he has embezzled from Manafort. And we even got new details about other misdeeds, including an extramarital affair. And he said he may have embezzled money while he was working on the Trump inauguration. He may have embezzled, he said, funds from the inauguration fund. Now, today, it was much shorter. We expected some fireworks, but we didn't get too much. But again, the goal for the defense is to undermine Gates' credibility. Their goal is not really as much to pull evidence out of this witness as it is to make the jury distrust him. And the one thing they tried to bring up today was the fact that he had had additional, perhaps as many as 4 extramarital affairs. As soon as the defense attorneys brought this up, prosecution objected. All the lawyers had to go to the side and have a private conversation with the judge. Now, what's so interesting is the judge did not allow any more questions about his other extramarital affairs, but he did allow that one question and his quasi-answer, which was, he allowed all of that to stay on the record. DeMarco, that's significant to me because that says that the jury can still consider the fact that he's had all of these extramarital affairs, allegedly, when they go to assess his credibility.
So, Paula, now that Gates has finished testifying, what's next in the trial?
So now they're hearing from some forensic accountants and folks who work for the FBI who can really get into the nitty-gritty on these offshore accounts. And while that may not sound as sexy or exciting as embezzlement, extramarital affairs, all that kind of stuff, this is the bread and butter. These are the key kind of witnesses that the prosecution's case depends on. And part of the strategy here is to call Gates in the middle of the trial so they can kind of sandwich him between arguably more credible witnesses. So when the jury goes back to deliberations, they will have the testimony of Gates. They can assess whether or not he is trustworthy, but they will have a considerable pile of evidence to go through from people who are more credible, like, for example, this forensic accountant from the FBI.